Hello, hello, hello. Hello to everyone. Um, Today is the day that we are gonna be talking about great certification. Um, I guess if you are watching this, that means that you are interested on the OSCP. And before starting and giving more details and everything, and if you are not familiar with the OSCP, it's a certification provided by OffSec. Uh, I will switch to the main uh, view. So as you can see, the OSCP is the certification well known and provided by OffSec. It's also known as PEN 200 penetration testing with Kali Linux, and the OSCP stands for OffSec Certified Professional. Yeah, so this is not nothing like promotion or something like that, but yeah, this is the website. Also is known because of the price. It's not a very cheap certification, it's really expensive. However, it's something that I would say it's totally worth it if you want to get into offensive security and so on. So yeah, let's check a little bit of the overview and the syllabus and more or less a little bit more. So what you are gonna learn here is basic skills that a penetration tester should have. And yeah, so if we go through the modules, we will see things really basics like introduction to cybersecurity. Nevertheless, I wouldn't recommend this certification to start. I would rather recommend another ones in the market to build a good base on offensive security knowledge, and then after that you can start with the OSCP. If not, you will struggle a little bit. So yeah, there is introduction to cybersecurity, how to write a report, vulnerability scanning, and so on and so on. So you will see a bunch of modules related to web pen testing, Linux machines, Windows machines, and so on. So more or less, these are the modules. Also, there are some interesting modules that I would recommend to spend some time to know what you are doing, and and so on. So one of them, after going through all the modules, one of the best or most important modules would be assembling the pieces. This module is very important because it's kind of everything together, right? Okay, thanks. That's I think I had some kind of mistake with my mic, so now I'm using this one. So perfect. So yeah, the this module assembling the pieces, it's very important because like I said, you will be putting everything, all the modules together, and then you will see the relation between the modules and how you can concatenate some exploits between them. So that's something really good. Then OffSec provides you something called the challenge labs. These challenge labs are these ones. As you can see, there are 10. These 10 labs they try to simulate somehow a real infrastructure, or yeah, a lab where you can test your abilities and the skills that you learn. From 0 to 10, I have experience until the challenge 8. And from 0 to 8, I would say the 0 is the easiest one, and the challenge 8 is the most or the biggest one, with more machines and so on, if I remember correctly. Or these two also are small, and then Skylark, Grelly, and Medtech are the biggest. with more assets in the network. Then you have the OSCP A, B, and C. These are mock exams, so I will treat them as a simulation of a exam. Okay, so these are very important. So this is just an introduction for the OSCP and how it works and everything. So let you know that it's a 24 hours, in total 48 hours, 24 hours for the exam, and another 24 hours for the write up or the like I said before, um, the report. So also there is another important part is the proving ground practice. These are the machines that are closer to the exam. The easiest, the difficulty, or let's say the category that these machines are classified are easy, intermediate, and hard. The hard ones are the most closer to the exam. The intermediate and the easy ones are more to warm up and get to the mindset, okay? And to develop your own procedure or playbook, okay? So, more or less, having this overview on the OSCP, I will try to. So there is a post in my blog where when I passed the OSCP, I wrote this post to more or less help the community and also let the rest know. And yeah, I decided to make this live streaming, trying to, because yeah, there is people that prefer a video instead of reading, and yeah, in the other way as well. Some people prefer to read. So if you don't know me, I guess most of the people watching this video probably did some stalking work. But yeah, I'm working as a cybersecurity analyst. I have some background in offensive security as well. Not working, but more playing around with the things and so on. And yeah, so why the OSCP? It's because it's a well-known certification, and also I got some certification previously at this one, and I thought it was the right path to go. To describe my exam day, it was hard. The day, I would say, there was a lot of pressure. um, I was worried about the if I didn't pass some certain of machines, I would be panicking around. I had some anxiety and yeah, a lot of things going around my mind and everything. But the good thing is I didn't pass my first attempt. That means that I learned a lot from that. So here is some recommendations that I would give you for the exam. So the first one would be to schedule your exam around um, evening 1 2 p.m. Why? um, that will allow you to have a proper sleep, and you will be able to sleep 5 8 hours depending of how you are doing in the exam, instead of starting at 9. That will make very difficult to sleep and then work the next day. Also, regarding the time, I would recommend or advise you to schedule this exam at around the time that you usually work or you feel better doing this offensive security stuff. For example, if you are not used to study at 8 a.m., why you are gonna do it at 8 a.m.? If you always start at 1, okay, then start at 1 the exam, because you will feel like, the human body has this memory muscle and memory doing things, so it will help you to keep up with the exam. Also, it's very important to prepare your breaks and food the day before, because probably you don't want to spend time cooking like 1 hour, because you will. And also, if you are stuck or something, you will feel the pressure, and maybe you will prefer to skip a meal instead of cooking it. So I will advise you to prepare your breaks and maybe make it around some hours, and the food, and always take breaks. Sometimes the breaks helps you a lot, and that could be the difference between passing the exam or not. Yeah, also it's very good to have some water close to you and some snacks. That will keep your mind and brain working, and of course some gummies and sugar around, so that, or chocolate, whatever thing you prefer, and that will help a lot. Very important, before the exam, prepare your environment. Don't make change, don't make updates, make a snapshot of your machine, and so on. Do whatever thing you need to do to keep your machine alive. um, I didn't have any issue, so I don't know how the support from OffSec works if something happened, but 100% that you should prepare the tools and everything. Also, to save some time, I will advise you to prepare a template for the report that you can do it on, let's say, during the simulation exams or doing pro labs and so on. You can practice a little bit, and if you did another exam or certification, probably you have your own, so you will save some time. Something that helped me was talking with a friend, or even talking with people, trying to explain where I was stuck, and somehow that helped me to connect the dots, right? So that's a good thing. Um, yeah, so that would be everything from my exam day. I think they are really good. You know, Even in my first attempt, I tried to do them. I was really, really, it was really difficult, let's say it, right? To make it. But I learned my lesson. I didn't pass it. And I thought, okay, this next time, I don't want to miss it, because I wanted to make it perfect. And yeah, I think all the time I spent making reminders to me, and everything helped me a lot. So let's go to the one of the first points, how to prepare the OSCP. And the first thing would be the material that OffSec, the material and exercise that OffSec provides you. Um, I think we checked them around here. So these modules, they have all the material inside, and also some exercise to complete, right? So these exercises are really important, because once you complete the module, that exercise helps you to put in practice the theoric the theoretical part, right? And also, I will advise you to document every single exercise. I will try to show you here. So in my case, I have a Notion with all the exercise here. Um, Maybe I'm missing something, but it's very important, because if you are not used to document all the, I don't know, your pro labs, your virtual machines, and so on, this will be the first stone to help you to build this habit. Okay, so start doing this, and also it helps you in case if you miss something. And then once you go through your notes, you will realize really easy, instead of trying to go through your terminal and trying to I don't know, identify where was your mistake. Like I said, once you finish all the material and exercise, you will face the last chapter of the material. Okay, this last chapter is the assembling the pieces, or whatever it is pronounced. would be the chapter 27, and here you will they will provide you the write-up, okay, but I will advise you to try it without the write-up. Okay, so this will be the first time that you are gonna face some let's say hard environment. However, if you get stuck, just check the write-up, check the next step, and try to learn from that, because if you check the write-up and then you don't learn or you don't take note about that, then you are missing a lot. So the some people doesn't like to check the write-up, but if you are stuck, you need to check it. So take note, update your playbook or your checklist with the thing that you learned, and you are good to go. Once you finish the material and you finish the last chapter, don't go to the challenge labs. This is something I think I really liked if someone told me this. Don't go for the challenge labs. Okay, the challenge labs are the most, let's say, the labs that they are close to the exam. So if you fail the let's say you go through the material exercise last chapter, and then you go to the challenge labs, and then you finish them, and after that um, you finish all the challenge lab and you go to the exam and you finish, you don't have anything else to do, right? So instead of going to the challenge labs, go to proving grounds. Okay, proving grounds basically is yeah, a bunch of machines that they are close to the exam that you can let's say use for training and try to learn from them, and so on. And there is something interesting that they have a leaderboard where you can get points for resolving machines. Okay, so if you open the right tab, you don't get points. So that's the this small competition that is really cool, and then you try to keep up without checking the right tab. And there is a really cool cheat sheet, this one from NetSec, where you have all of these machines enumerated that could contain something from the exam, or something that can help you to pass the exam. So there is a lot of Linux machines, a lot of Windows machines, and Active Directory machines. In my case, I went through all of them. Okay, when I didn't pass the first exam, I thought, okay, let's go for it. I will do everything to be over prepared. So I went through this first cheat sheet, or yeah, this Excel, if you wanna call it like that. I went through it, and I have done all of them. But also, like I said before, it's a good exercise to document all the machines. So another thing I would recommend you is to grab your preferred note-taking tool. In my case, it's Notion. So here you can see my write-up, explain results, command executed, and so on and so on. And try to document everything, because this will help you for your report, and then you will be able to create quality reports, like good quality reports, right? um, there is also another there is not just one Excel with this information. By the way, you have proving grounds and also hack the box. I also did almost all the hack the box machines. I think I have them here. So you can imagine how many boxes I have done. and they are too many. Um, so same as proving grounds, try to make the write up and yeah, have it for yourself and try to improve your note taking and also your report writing. There is another Excel coming from this guy. I'm not gonna pronounce this, Sanagi or Lainku Sanagi. So these are the machines that, based on his preference, are more close to the OSCP exam. And then you have Proving Grounds, Hack the Box, TryHackMe, Proving Grounds Play, Boon Lab, Hack the Box, Virtual Hacking Labs, and so on. Also in this one, you have a lot of things. So just go through them, make your own write up, and also they have in common some machines, so maybe you can just skip some of them. Yeah, so next point would be the challenge labs. Once you have done, let's say, all of these lists and all the machines, maybe from Proving Grounds without Hack the Box, you will have already a solid knowledge. Also, while you are doing all these Proving Grounds, all these assembling the pieces, and all these things, you should be creating your checklist. What I want, or for example, when you are going through the material, let's say, I don't know, password attacks, you should be doing your checklist. Okay, what I mean with checklist, this is my own checklist. Please don't tell me to share it because I think everyone should be developing or making their own checklist. And also, if you don't want to do it, grab a GitHub repository, clone it, and try to customize it. So what I want to say is, for example, for brute force and password attack, you have this. Let's say I will put it from here. I have my. This is not my checklist. Is where I have all the knowledge that I think is relevant for the password or brute force. And as you can see here, there is a. It's, I would say, quite big. So I have a lot of knowledge here. And besides this, you can create a much better checklist. I have three checklists, one for Linux, one for Windows, and Active Directory. This checklist usually are templates that I can create every time that I create a new page on Notion. And when I'm doing a Linux machine, then I grab the Linux machine template, and then it will create automatically my checklist with all the commands inside, and I just need to replace the IP, for example, for nmap scans, public exploits. And as you can see, I have like red comments. These are reminders for me. Meanwhile, or while I'm going through through my checklist, FTP. Even if this is basic, and you think, "Hey, David, why you have a FTP check here?" You know, sometimes on this exam you forget to enumerate the most basic service, and it was there. So even if you think this is the most basic thing, you should be checking that. Okay, so share folders, Samba enumeration, LDAP, web enumeration, port, and so on and so on. So you should be creating your checklist, your let's say database of knowledge of every single topic. So like we check the brute force, we can check, for example, Active Directory attacks. I have a bunch of things here. So take your time, don't make a mess, try to find your own organization. For example, for me, this one works, maybe for you works another type of organization, but try to be organized, have your notes, checklist, and knowledge. That's the most important thing. And on top of that, please try to make a good checklist. the checklist is everything, almost everything for your OSCP exam. Okay, so you have your checklist, you have your knowledge, you have your skills, you at least know that more or less can face the exam. That's the moment that you go for the challenge labs. Once you go to the challenge labs, take your time. Okay, I think it's here. Just take your time. Start from. I would recommend to start with Secura. I think Skylark, Relia, and Medtech, or Secura, Zeus, Poseidon, Fist, and Laser, and then go for Medtech, Relia, and Skylark. And after that, if you want to overkill everything, then once you do all of them, you can go for the mock exams. These mock exams, they have 6 machines, one Active Directory and 3 standalone machines. So it's more or less like the exam. And then I will treat them like the real exam. So waking up at 1, having everything prepared, and so on. And that would be the perfect scenario to face this challenge lab. Yeah, let me know if you need more information about something. I'm trying to go through all the points that I think they are relevant, and yeah, and yeah. So something I have here a note that will be worth it to know, and there is a tool called Ligolo for pivoting, and these labs will help you to improve your skills or trying to learn how that tool works. And yeah, I fully recommend to use it on these labs. And yeah, you will learn how to pivot even 2 3 times in the same network. Yeah, so let's say yeah, my mistake. After the challenge labs, you go through all the Secura, Metec, Relia, Skylark, Zeus, Poseidon, First, Laser, and then you leave the OSCP ones. Then you will go to the prolapse. I would highly recommend to do the prolapse. I learned a lot from the prolapse. I would say, on top of all the knowledge, all the proving grounds, all the hack the box machines, all the material from OffSec, from the prolapse was the place where I learned a lot. When I mean a lot, it's a lot. Um, I was lucky because I had some friends in the company that they did already the prolapse, and when I was getting stuck, I was going to them, hey guys, um, I got stuck on this thing. I tried that. I tried this and that, blah blah, and I was trying to argument the steps that I did to try to compromise some machine, and it was really good when I had this feedback from them telling me, "Yeah, you are going in the right place. Try to do this or that." That was really helpful, and yeah, a big thanks for that, because if you, I mean, of course, if you have someone that already did this, you can try to ask him or them. So, but I learned a lot. I fully recommend to do it. And like I said before, I have done older pro labs, but Rasta Labs, Sapphire, and Offshore are really good pro labs to improve. And sorry, Dante, Sapphire, and Rasta Labs. These ones are really, really good. And also try to document every single step that you do through the pro labs. This will help you to organize your node, how to yeah, how to organize your node, document better your nodes, and your report. Yeah, as you can see here. now is the time, once you finish the prolapse, is the time to make the exam simulation. Okay, so the exam simulation, like I said, is kind of a OSCP exam, and it's very, very important that you go through them and you treat them as the real exam. Why? It will, or you will have this this feeling, you know, that is good to have before the exam. I didn't um, I didn't do it in that way, but I learned it, you know, because I did it twice. I did the first time the challenge labs, and then I did the challenge lab a second time. Of course, the second time was easier, but I treat them like the real exam, and you will feel the same thing as the exam, but with less pressure, I would say. Um, but you will notice something if you follow this structure or this way of to take the OSCP. You will reach a point to do these mock exams that you will feel good. Not, I mean, not good. I'm not saying like good, but you will feel very comfy doing them, and probably you will be able to find all the breaking points to compromise each of these mock exams. Um, so once you have the let's say this OSCP labs done, you will have your write-ups, your notes, wherever you want to take them, on notes from Microsoft, from Notion, from Obsidian, whatever thing you have. The next thing is to prepare your template. Okay, so in my case, I used this OSCP exam report template markdown from Norage, or I don't know how it the yeah the name. So it's basically a script that will help you to generate your report based on markdown. Okay, so this is totally worth it. You will save a lot of time. So try to create the templates or the report from this OSCP stuff with this tool. But don't try the tool on the exam day. Try the tool, I don't know, way before the exam, that you know how it will work. And even before the exam, you try it again, and so on and so on. So I will advise you to try this tool. And there is a lot of this is not the unique tool that there is in GitHub or going around. There is a lot of tools. Just find one, get comfy with the tool, and learn how to use it to generate your report, because you will save a ton of time. Okay, so like I said, preparing your checklist. Preparing your checklist is, I would say, 70% of the exam. Okay, I already showed you the checklist. I'm having it here. As you can see here, we went already as example from brute force password attack. You can see here my index of the knowledge that I have here. Also, you can see here my Linux checklist, what I have here. Also, it's very important. Something very important is privilege escalation, where you can see here my checklist for privilege escalation. These things are, I developed these things, or I took notes, and uh, I was able to create this checklist because I went through a lot of machines from Proving Grounds, Hack the Box, and I learned a lot. And that helps me to identify really fast the privilege escalation, but sometimes you won't be able to recognize that. So you will need to, for example, run limpies. That will help you to, do a lot of things. Or not do a lot of things, I mean, like enumerate a lot of things in an automatic way, and it will help you to maybe recognize something that you didn't enumerate it manually. So at this point, you almost have everything. You have your checklist, you have your knowledge, you did a bunch of tests, you did a bunch of machines, you did a bunch of proving grounds machines and so on. But you will need also to create your tools repository. To be honest, I will show you my tools repository. Is a collection of tools that I've been using through all the pro labs of the OSCP and other exams and so on. And you can see that it's well organized, but this idea, to be honest, I saw it from my colleague. I will let me check if I can see it. Jacob, I don't know if you are here. So the idea of having this bunch of tools in a collection in GitHub was from my friend Jacob. He has a really good repository as well from tools. Let me precompile binaries. Okay. Yeah. So he has his own repository. It's also well organized, and yeah, I got the idea from him. So I thought, okay, maybe I should have my own repository. So yeah, I wouldn't say that was my idea. It was from his idea. So yeah, I did mine, and you should be doing the same thing with your tools, because probably you will have Silent Hound. No. Let's check it. GitHub. Okay. That's cool, actually. I would be really interested of checking which kind of LDAP queries is doing this tool under the engine, and if maybe with a EDR you can catch it. To be honest, but looks good. I mean, whatever tool, or if you have a tool, I will save it, of course. Thank you for recommendation. And for sure, if this tool helps you and is well known, and the people are using this, so it's not fully updated. Okay. Yeah, I would say I'm totally hello. Thank you, Hack the Commander, for coming by. Yeah, I'm totally agree with you. I guess if doesn't raise any EDR alert or something like that, yeah, like I said, I save it for later, so probably I will use it in some point. So thank you for the recommendation. So yeah, like I was saying, it's really good to have your own repository of tools and to be prepared for your OSCP. And don't try, maybe, I mean, of course, if you don't have it, if you don't have the tool in your own, let's say, repository, then try a new one. Hey, okay, I know that is updated one. Okay, let's try it. Let's check it. Rust Hound. Okay. Okay, looks really good. Yeah, I think it's an alternative, for Sharphound and Bloodhound Python. It's always good to have some alternatives. It's kind of really hard when you are trying to, let's say, run or try to extract some Active Directory information, and then your tool fails. And if it's always good to have some alternatives. So thank you, Porta, for raising another tools, because this makes another point for the OSCP. You can try to run, let's say, try to exploit, uh, you know, let's say SA impersonate privilege, and sometimes the potatoes doesn't work, and then you will need to to use another binary, and so on. So yeah, having already your own checklist, and sorry, your own repository with the tools, I would say you are almost good to go. Something that also I learned is to try to automate my own, let's say, work while I was doing some enumeration. I will try to explain this. In Linux, you have this aliases thing. So where you can assign a word to a bunch of commands, right? Um, this thing I also get it from my colleagues. So I have a repository with my own aliases. I will try to show you them. Um, if I can find them here. So if you go, you will see my shortcuts. And for example, something that we do a lot when we are doing a machine or pen testing or whatever thing is to create a temporal web server with Python, right? So I thought, why should be trying, let's say, executing every time the same thing, right? And another thing I was thinking is I'm trying to provide the same repository all the time, and that was my um, yeah, exactly. So creating a bash files and everything that you can automate, or you feel that you are doing it again and again and again and again, is also good. I mean, it's really good to have these aliases. For example, I have mine for the web server, where you can just basically uh, it will pop up the temporal web server, but also I will try to show you. I will try to execute my Kali Linux in background, and then I will show you which kind of uh, you know aliases that I have. They are, I'd say, they save me a lot of time, because I don't need to be running the same command again and again. And sometimes, for example, this web server one, uh, I usually I don't remember each command to download or upload, all the files. When you know I will show you now, but more or less, for example, also these two are really good, where I generate a reverse shell, uh, but I generate the hash of it. So I can create a payload. I will show it to you right now. So I can create a payload and pass it through. For example, if I find, let's say, a web vulnerability that I can execute code, then sometimes you have this issue with the syntaxes, right? So encoding on base 64, the payload will avoid this syntaxes stuff. For example, the one I was telling you, I will zoom a little bit here. The one I was telling you is this one. For example, this alias helped me to run the Python server on the port 443. But if I specify here like home David, I will serve the web server on that domain. Sorry, in that directory. But if I run it with 443, I will be executing the temporal web server on my here on my tools. So I will be serving this. If I execute this, yeah. So since I'm not connected to the VPN, it will because it's serving on the VPN for the pro labs and so on. But for example, if I put download download let's say download AD, I don't know, uh, hmm, I really hate this thing. uh, Download post.exe. It will generate um, these commands already crafted, so I would need just to copy them and paste it. So this will save you a lot of time, you know what I mean? So try to use like I said, aliases. And another one would be base power. What this alias does is this one will help you to create the payload. So it will grab a payload. Of course, there is no IP, so it will be very difficult to. Yeah, since I'm not connected to the VPN, it doesn't work. But yeah, you got my point. For example, if you see, if we check the code, is really simple. I'm extracting the IP from the VPN interface, and then this would be the reverse shell. Is a simple bus one, and then I encode the reverse shell and post it, and then it's automatically saved on your clipboard. So, and then after that, it starts the netcat server to start to listen. I think AppDog is this one is that was used for to handle connections, right? If I remember correctly, yeah, or not. I think this one is another one. Yeah, yeah, also good. Yeah, I used my alias because yeah, I don't know, could be. Yeah, so it was really good. I have another ones. Yeah, so feel free to go check them. And also, if you have any recommendation or something that you are using and you want to share it, yeah, please feel free. So another thing, so let's do some recap of everything. So let's say you did the material of the OSCP, you went through the exercise, you took notes of everything, then you jumped to the probing grounds, you did all the list or the machines that they are listed on these Excels. From here, you jump to the Pro Labs, and then you went to the Challenge Labs, and you did already the mock exams. You should be already in a point that you are or you have a lot of knowledge. Okay, I'm not telling you are the pro or the master and you will be able to do whatever you want to do and maybe start to do book bounty and find a lot of no, it's not the case. Something that you should have clear is that the OSCP is an entry level, it's an entry level certification that, but it's the mindset that you will develop during the learning process. You will learn to spend time trying to understand a technology. You will learn how to write a proper report. You will learn how to properly enumerate a machine. Of course, the mantra that OffSec is trying to deliver to the people is try harder, right? Um, Sometimes it's really hard, but in this point, I'm telling you that you will reach a point that you will have enough knowledge to pass the exam. Um, don't panic. Take your time. Follow these recommendations. And yeah, if you feel pressure, let's say if you get stuck, or maybe you don't feel good, you have nobody to talk about this, leads to my next point: the Discord communities. You have a bunch of platforms to learn. You have Hack the Box, you have TryHackMe, you have OffSec, you have uh, you know, a lot of them. Um, if you get stuck, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, you don't know, or you don't understand something, just go to the community. There is a lot of people willing to help you, and they helped me. And yeah, I'm happy that I was participating on those, chit chats and everything. So feel free, write a question, but please don't go to the community or don't go to a chat. Hey, I'm stuck here, and you didn't do nothing. So try to ask the questions in a proper way. So make the steps, try to do all the things that you know, because sometimes you cannot do something that you don't know. So that's the you know the idea of getting help. Try to abort or to reach someone with a good question. Hey, look, I did this enumeration. I ran Nmap. I ran this. I found this technology. I tried to exploit this, but it didn't work. I used this payload. In that way, you probably will get a proper answer, because you provided enough evidence to that guy or that person, and that person will know that you are doing your job. You are trying to work hard to find the issue. But if you don't provide nothing, probably they will just pass and yeah, don't tell you nothing. So yeah, if you are preparing the OSCP, I want to tell that you got this. And yeah, feel free to, I will upload this streaming to YouTube. So if you are watching this from YouTube, feel free to write any comment or whatever thing you want, and I will try to do my best to help you. And yeah, there is a bunch of people on the chat. Portab user, a big thanks for the all the tools that you mentioned. I don't know if you are on the field, like working as a pen tester or not. I think I know that Hack Commander is working as a pen tester. Um, and I know that Virtual Log is also working as a pen tester. Any notes or any advice that you would like to provide to someone? Cool, cool. So you will have a lot of in common with Virtual Log. He's developing a lot of malware and so on. Uh, cool, nice, nice. Happy to hear that there is people into the into the field. Honestly, I'm not in the field. I'm working as a security analyst, but yeah, I do a lot of offensive security stuff. Um, yeah, I guess if you enjoy it, I mean, to be honest, um, when let's say something similar would be malware um, analysis, I um, really hate when I should do malware analysis and try to reverse engineer the binary that got malicious, like flagged as malicious. But it helps a lot, knowing about offensive security and how the red teaming stuff and testing works. So, like Hack Commander says, his advice is to do CTFs and learn the basics. Yeah, yeah. Like as we said before at the beginning of the streaming, learning the basics I think is the best things is the best thing. And of course, if you have the chance to practice on, I mean, not practice, but to do pen testing on real life scenario, it's great. Yes, yes, yes. The advice, really good advice from port abuser. Practice, practice, practice. Yeah, theory is not isn't enough. Yeah, book bounties. Yeah, I'm missing that part. I'm not doing any book bounty. Um, yeah, I would like to do. I have my BPS already. I try it some time to time, but I was trying. I don't know where you are located, but I was trying to get this T-shirt from the Netherlands. Um, I think if you find something in the Dutch government, they will provide you. They give you a T-shirt with I don't. I think it's this one. Yeah, I hacked the Dutch government and all I got is this lousy T-shirt. I think it's totally worth it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally agree. Anything that gives you real world experience. I mean, to be honest, I find it. I find really hard. Let's say, yeah, that's very important. Don't do crime. It's why, yeah, I think the most close thing is book bounty. It allows you to go through, public, let's say, infrastructure, websites, and so on, and be able to report it and not get, knocking in your door or someone or the police knocking in your door. But yeah, 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 totally agree. But I think this will have another topic for another maybe streaming. And right now, I feel that the market for the pen testers is not that good like before. I mean, I spent a lot of time doing offensive security things and machines, CTFs, and so on. And I feel I'm doing it because it's my hobby. I really like cybersecurity, but I feel that it's not paid enough right now in the market. I remember some time before that the pen testers were well paid and everything, but now it's kind of you start to do web application pen testing, and if you wanna grow up or try to achieve a new position or switch to red teaming, um, the amount of knowledge that you need to switch to that positions is not equal, or the effort is not equal to the money that you are gonna get back. Yeah, I don't know if you agree, but it's what I feel right now. And yeah, I mean, yes, totally agree. It's a good thing to know about privacy. um yeah, in my case, learning about operational security, it's a positive thing. I mean, learning both parts, offensive and defensive security, it's a very important thing. I think it makes a better professional when you have the big picture. You know what I mean? Um, from my side, being an analyst right now and having this knowledge, because I play also with, red teaming stuff and so on. Maybe in the future I will do another streaming more focused on red teaming stuff, and maybe in collab with Virtual Log, and show some malware stuff or infrastructure, or how to develop your own red teaming infrastructure and so on. But yeah, 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 learning both sides, it's crazy good. Yeah, yeah, commodity, yeah, it depends of who you ask, but I think right now it's really necessary, and every single company should have or take care of security. Yeah, 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 yeah. I guess hack commander, what do you mean with the web3, like the token stuff and those things? Yeah, yeah. The real money comes by the second sources of money. So yeah, I guess um, the pen testing, the issue that I'm facing right now, or I see a lot, is that everyone wants to be, you know, um, yeah, like like on the how it was. Ethereum and all those things, the blockchain stuff and smart contracts. Yeah, I'm not good on those things. So yeah, but I think the best way also is being a pen tester is where you will face more scenarios, and I think you will develop your own knowledge and get better every time. Yeah. So let's see. I hope we have 1 hour already. Yeah, I think it's enough for today. Thank you guys for coming by and leaving your comments. I will do definitely another streaming the next Wednesday. I don't know about what. Probably I will post it on my social network. Um, so yeah, probably would be, I don't know, maybe a hack the box machine, or talking about something, or both talking about something and hack the box. I'm open to every single topic. To be honest, these live streamings are more focused on, you know, sometimes I already said that a lot of time, but there is not a lot of people around me that they know about security. So it's also good to have a little bit of chit chat after work, more not professional way, more trying to share knowledge and also receiving knowledge. So that's the idea of this. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you everyone of you guys, Virtual Log, Portab user, and Commander for writing some comments. So I hope you like it. See you guys.